Hello everyone, and welcome to, well, this is Danny of NSS with a little, tutorial if you would. I'm gonna admit I'm not always the best at CAW making, but this is a nice little kind of simple tutorial on the most simplest of CAW making. It doesn't come over as overly generic. Now, here we see we've got lovely Nothing Man here. He's bald, he's got just a standard body, pants and everything. We're going to try and make something of this and see what we can do. So, you know what, let's go over to our face first. You know what, we've got some face templates. That was good. My suggestion is, you know, you don't have to start with a face template, but starting out with a face template always kind of help you a little bit. Well, at least I find it tends to help me. So let's find something I like, a face I can work with. So let's go with this lovely guy. I don't think I've ever used this face template as of yet. Let's go with this lovely face right here. Yep, there we go. Oh, I realise I should be looking at them. So here we go. We've got this man here now. Of course, there's a lot of things to do. You can change up the skin colour. Maybe you don't like the way it looks at the moment. So maybe we'll make him pale as anything. But no, you know what? A little bit of colour to him, and we'll go with that. He's not too pale. He's got a little bit of colour to him. So here's the sort of sometimes the important parts now. I'm not a big fan of this hair right now. I'll admit that. Now, unfortunately, we can't actually preview hairstyles, unlike attire, so we're going to have to find something that kind of looks half blonde, half brunette. What colour is his hair? If anyone gets that reference, then good for you. So I'll go with that hairstyle, but we're trying to think something that's not too generic, not overused. No, nah. Basically, there are a lot of hairstyles to pick from, a good variety. Unlike the last game, 2K15, 2K16 actually has a good range of styles. So you know what, we'll go with this one. So there we go, we've got some hair there, it's not too bad. I think we can work around with it. So, what we can do with this? Oh god, we're not going to make it any ridiculous colour. You know what, we'll stick with black, but mostly about adding some... Now, I'm pretty awful with hair dye. So I'll just give a little thing of... Now this is not helpful when I... So we'll go with the colour. Let's pick a nice sort of goldenish colour. And let's get dyeing. See, this isn't the easiest thing. I mean, it's a nice feature, don't get me wrong. But I have difficulties working around with it. But this is sort of what you can do with it. I mean, I'm just giving a little overview of the hair dye feature. If you've got the time to work with it, of course this is only going to try to be a short video. So you know. The thing is, you have to hold down the dye button to really get it to be working. As you can hear from my game, there's a lot of sort of where it's like, nope, you can't dye there. Or actually, I've just discovered, repeatedly tap A. Are there any bits you think are not dyed enough? But as you can see, you know, if you've got the time, you could always work all the way around there, have the top bit black, and sort of the side and it was sort of blonde. But you know what? We're going to go off of that. Yeah, well, we're going to accept the hair as it is. Eye colour, you know, it's... As I say, it's always about the little details. So if you want to make a sort of an undead character... I mean, you know you can. I mean, it's a bit of an overused gimmick. But... It's always good. So... Well, we'll go with... Pick this blue, but... Kind of dark. It looks a bit unnatural. It has some more natural blue for you. You know, it's all about sometimes the little details. And, oh god, those are some eyebrows there. But you know what? We'll keep their eyebrows as they are. As I say, yes, sort of a small selection of eyebrows, but you know, let's see what you can use with that. And it's all about. Now, I should really pick with that one. I'm going to change the colour up to match the hair, obviously. Or I could give them blue eyebrows if I feel stupid. So there we go. And then obviously we have completely missed our facial hair options. Now, you see a lot of characters out there with beards. I mean, you know, big bushy beards. So the in things of 2016, they were of 2015, now of 2016. So, but just like your hairstyles, you do have a good array of options. So always think about that. You know, you don't want your CAW, if you're making a lot of them, you don't want them all to have the same sort of look, the same sort of beard. You always want to try and make it a bit different. So you know what? I'm gonna give him, you know, that one. So there we go, we've got kind of a nice simple thing there. We can change up the colour to black. There you go, you've got something kind of... Now you're getting out the realms of him being a bit generic. Now of course you have your face deformation. Now this could be some scary stuff right here. That's just horrifying. I mean, if you want to make a deformed character, go ahead and be my guest, but... That is just horrifyingly weird. Like, what the hell? I mean, I applaud 2K for thinking this up, but... Jesus. Oh god. You know, you can make the most deformed character you can think of. So there we go, there is Mr... I've really messed up in... But we're going to go back from that. Don't want to really default face, but that's about as much as you actually think about you could do with the face. I mean, you also have your face capture. If you want to put, obviously, take a picture of yourself and obviously you've got to upload that to community creations and then, you know, put that over the character. So you get some great CAWs like the AJ Styles ones, Braun Strowman. You've got a lot of people who just know how to do their stuff. So we'll move on from that. As I said, this is going to be too long. Now, the body part now. That's always an important part of not making, you know, something that's just so overused and bad. Like, if you want to have, you know, a big muscular tattoo, because I see a lot of CAWs that are just, oh, a lot, you know, I've seen e-fans over the year and, like, core makers that just think, oh, their CAWs should just be these big, buff, tattooed up freaks. It's just not the case, you know. You need to have a range. Now, if you're just wanting to make one CAW, fair enough if you want to make him a big, beefy, sort of tattooed guy. That's the sort of gimmick you're into, then fair enough. But, well, you know, something different. I'm going to try and go with maybe a bit of a sort of bigger guy. He's going to be, you know, muscular, though. But he's going to be a bit weighted. So, you know, he's kind of got that body about him. He's got muscle, obviously, but... he's a bit of a bigger guy. Now height as well, this is also a thing, so you know what, we're gonna make him a little bit taller, make him 6'6". But obviously, I'll give an example. The shortest you can go is obviously 5'6". So you can sort of, I think Kalisto's about 5'6". Then the tallest you can go is 7'2", so I think about Great Khali height. Obviously we're going to keep it as a good 6'6". Obviously here you've got your parts. So you could do more. Body adjustments, so we'll look at that first. You know, I don't mess around with this too much, but obviously you have a lot of options here for, you know, changing up stuff. Even down to those buttocks. But yep, that is that. There is a lot there. Obviously, we'll have a look at it. You can just change up things. So you know what? Let's do a little bit of it. So chest mass. So, you know, you've got your buff there. So he's got a little bit more of the chest out. Chest width. We'll try and match this up to make it not make it look really weird. He's going to get the Brock Lesnar body almost now. So we'll put that a bit up. No, we'll keep it like that. But obviously there is a lot to this. You know, there is a hell of a lot to this stuff. If you know, there's a lot of options. I mean, I've got, you know, there is a lot of options to making a. As you can see, there is a hell of a lot. I mean, if you want to really work on all this stuff, then I'd suggest, I mean, it depends how much time you want to spend on making a good CAW. Sometimes you can just make it a simple one. I'd say this is a sort of a simplistic sort of view on CAW making. Not something too, you know, difficult to make. Something that, you know, pretty much anyone can do. You know, if you've got the time to, anyone should be able to do, sort of follow this and be able to do sort of similar things. Now here comes of what really makes good CAW making. It is sort of, you know, your clothing. Now we're going to keep it so we're not going to add tattoos and everything. I mean, there is a good option of tattoos and everything. There's a hell of a lot of it. In fact, you know, we'll keep on. We'll give it a sec. I want to sort of show you all the tattoo options, or a lot of them. So obviously you've got your options on the scars and everything. So if you want to, you know, add some scars to your character and everything, then you can. I mean, I'll give a little example here. You've got scars like that. So if you want to add stuff like that, give them sort of a hardcore persona. You know, they'd be through some pretty tough times. You could go ahead and do that. And then obviously you've got all your body art. And you could add custom logos to it, so if you've got any custom logos you want to add. You know, you can add lettering to it. Now the lettering's not great this year, it's kind of very generic you get with the lettering. You've also got WWE design, so you've got the logos, but I would stick away from this, because adding logos like this, I would say it's a no-no, is adding these sort of logos. They're sort of for maybe t-shirts, so like that one you could add good to a t-shirt if you're, you know, because it's not generic to somebody. It could be if you're just a United States champion. But yeah, I would never suggest using these as tattoos. Unless you're like mixing and matching stuff to make. But then you got the body art, so this is actual in-game stuff. So as you see, you've got Finn Balor's body paint stuff there. I think that one's Kamaru stuff as like body paint. You've got Baron Corbin's there. So you got a lot of in-game people, stuff like Lesnar's there, Batista's. So that's something to think about. And obviously you've got all of these will have sort of the ones for actual body art ones, but we'll accept that. And now onto the sort of the real big part of this, how, you know, making a nice simple but, you know, non-generic, or not, I say non-generic, but there's nothing wrong with having maybe a very simple CAW that kind of looks generic. It's all dependent on how we go about generic. If it's got an attire that is just pants, knee pads, boots, then it's all well and good. If it's been used in the right sense. It's kind of difficult to gather. Like I've made some that there is no special stuff about their attires, but I used them as jobbers in NXT. So I'm not going to add any masks or anything, but here you've got sort of your tops and everything. There's a lot there. So if you want to think about entrance attires and everything, here's your feet. You've got your WWE tops as well. So you've got all that stuff. I just want to look at this one. What is this one? Ah, it's that one with the really weird snake arms. That is scary. As you see, you've got a lot of stuff here to pick from, and obviously a great thing about this is you can obviously, as you see, preview them. Right there, you've got the preview. See what the t-shirt looks like on the person. But we're going to focus on actually making the attire first, and then we might think about an entrance attire later. So for this one, I'm going to go with some tights. Let's see, you've got a lot of options here. Well, you've got some options in wrestling tights, but these are very sort of, you know, very sort of simple, standard for what you'd want to then add logos to. You've obviously then got the WWE wrestling tights. Now some of these, I would suggest go ahead, use them on a normal, you know, CAWs, depending. It depends what characters you're using again. So if you're going to have your CAW face against Edge, don't use these obviously, because they're Edge's tights. You know, Sami Zayn's. But Jericho's old ones are great for a CAW, because obviously if you ever have him face Jericho, it doesn't matter which Jericho you use. If you're using modern day, he wears the pants. If you're using the old school, I'll see if I can find them. He's using these ones. Now obviously you can't use these because it says Jericho on. So unless you're not using Jericho in your universe or anything, and your character's last name is Jericho, they're just called Jericho, then these tights are all well and fine. But you know what, I'm gonna go with these ones for now. And here's where you think about the colouring. So I'm gonna change up some of the colouring. I'm gonna keep the tights at black, but yeah, I'm gonna change those to white. Whoever wants to let me, there we go. Let's see. You know what? I like red, so I'm going to change that to red. So you've got this sort of working. Now here's where you can add your logo. So you've got WWE designs, flags, lettering, custom logos. Now, just a little fact for you. When you download a CAW, if they've got custom logos, their logos will go straight into your stuff of custom logos. So I've downloaded Apollo Crews, and I've got his logos because they've automatically downloaded. So I downloaded AJ Elite at some point. You know, I downloaded an alternative type for Kevin Owens, and his KO stuff went into my full list of, you know, logos. So that's also a good thing about this. So you can see you got the face stuff there. Kind of looks a bit creepy at points, but we'll see if we can maybe find a logo to add. Not that it really actually needs it. You know, you could actually really work with this stuff. So you know, I'm going to keep this, but let's say that's just a little tip for you about custom logos. Is that, you know, if you have downloaded someone like an Apollo Crews and AJ Styles, their logos, if they've got custom logos, they will just automatically also download into your custom logo. So, you know, I'm happy with the tights how they look. As I said, this is a very sort of simple walkthrough. So here's where you don't have to add knee pads, but also I always like adding knee pads, or normally. So you've got a lot of options here, and then you've also got your WWE here. So you've got a lot of options in here. And, you know, some of these WWE ones will work with your CAW, you know. It's really dependent on the gimmick, on how you do it. Like, you know, you've got Scott Hall's knee pads there. You can still work for any other person, because they're very sort of, you know, if you just preview them, that's it. That's all it is. There's something like obviously you got the natural. I'm sure I can't remember whose that is for now. But you know, you've got stuff like that. But I'm gonna just pick some very simple ones. You know, I'm gonna pick these ones. I'm just gonna change the colouring up. It's just nice black there. We won't add logos to that yet. We'll do the other knee pad, obviously. There we go. And mix and match the colours. Oh, for your knee pads, so here you go. You've got a lot of options for this. Now, if you want to use kick pads, you've got to add the boots and shoes first. So I've got these options now. I'm going to find one I like the look of. This is where this comes in handy because I can always see the boots. So going and previewing it is very handy. So you've got sort of Danny Bryan's there. I'm going to go with, you know what, these ones. So nice simple plain black ones. Worketry, but we'll see about maybe adding some logos now. So we can go to our custom logos. And let's see what we've got. So I'm not sure where I got whose these stars belong to, but I'm gonna add them. And the great thing about this, never done both boots. This is kind of annoying, I'd say, if you want to have one boot have one kind of custom logo and another boot have another custom logo. But also be wary of that. So you can see on the star there about it kind of. So I'm going to try and do that, and that a bit. There we go, we've just got some nice simple logo on the boots. So, you know, it's very simple, very easy, but as you can see, you know, as I said, I will not say I'm the best CAW maker, I'm not gonna, but this is sort of, you know, a simple tutorial. You know, it's a very simple way to go about doing it. Make the first steps of making one. You know, about attires and everything, you know, it's not too generic. It's sort of got something different to itself. He's not exactly the smallest guy.
Dead man walking.
You know, you've got to make something here. So I won't add elbow pads. Don't think I have to. Now, think about entrance attire as well. Now, do you want to just keep it as a normal and in-ring attire, the same as entrance? You know, some guys, you know, just come out in their entrance attire. They don't have any special thing they wear. Some guys do. So sometimes you can maybe think about that. Now, I haven't really got any custom logos I think that will work, so we'll just see if I can find something, maybe in the t-shirts, that can work. It's just a t-shirt. So, you know what, we'll go with good old DDP's t-shirt here. You know what, we're going to change up the colour of this as well. Like that, like that. Ah, okay. That's a little bit frustrating, but oh well. You can only change the colour of the actual t-shirt, you can't change it, otherwise it's going to change the bang to a red. But, as I said, you've got something simple there. Now, I won't be surprised if I get some people going, oh, this isn't a good CAW. It won't surprise me, but I will tell you guys over and over again, I'm not exactly Mr. Amazing with CAW making. I just thought I'd make a nice simple video that gives, you know, people some little hints and everything on CAW making. And you know what? This is the sort of guy I could definitely see in a ring, you know. It's not too generic. It's not the same old, same old. It's got something different to him. You know, say a little bit of weight on him, a decent, you know, attire. As I say, I know it's Jericho's attire. I know that for a fact. The thing is, if you haven't got anyone else using this attire, why not use it? You know, why not use it? If you think you can use what you've got in the game, as I said, this is sort of a tutorial on that. You know, the simplest ways to make CFWs. If you think you could just use what you've got in the game, then go ahead and use what's in the game already there for you. It's not always, you know, a good CFW doesn't have to have all these custom logos. It doesn't have to be covered head to toe in special custom logos. Sometimes it's just about using what's in the game for you. And that is the simplest thing about it. Now obviously you've got your name information, so whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to worry with any of this. I mean, you've also got your commentary name, so sometimes think about that as well. I mean, if you don't have commentary on, you won't have Lillian Garcia on, so you're going to worry about what it says. But yeah, and then obviously you've got your personal information. So here's where you do all your, you know, your crowd reaction, your weight class. You know, you've got your hometown, and there's a lot of options in there. Personality. So here's a big thing about when it's introduced is your personality. So you don't want them egotistical, prideful, disrespectful, or respectful. I mean, this is sort of your more universe stuff. This won't really take effect in your normal sort of standard exhibition mode, but this is all universe stuff. And obviously, if you're using a character in a game, so if you're using Ryback, that's where you get used as alternative attire option. Oh, I never worry with hit point ratio, but it's something to do with this. I think it's so if your head's a little bit strong, if your head's a little bit weak, a certain person's taking head damage over their career, but their bodies may be stronger. You can do that, but I'm not going to worry with that. Here's where you've got your skills. So you've got your basic actions, your special actions. Obviously they're blanked out because, so if I go, I think it's, no wait, oh no, fired up, there we go. So there we go. So if you get all that, so that's how you unlock, you know, these other actions. You've got special actions, you've got your OMG moments. Now Ring Breakers, if I was to make this character a super heavyweight, then he'd have Ring Breaker as choosable. But I think it would then, let me have a look. I think it then, if I put super heavyweight, so I just do this, fired up. Yeah, he can't now, he gets Ring Breaker over outside superplex. And then you've obviously got your attributes here. So think about this, you know, no one likes to see a CAW that is 100 rating. I'd say the highest to go, a 95. It's the highest I'd ever say to go with a CAW. Don't make CAWs 100 rating, because it just gets annoying, especially if you upload him, you know, to community creations. Because if I download him, guess what I've now got to do? I've now got to nerf the guy down, because I'm never going to use 100 rated guys. So don't make CAWs at 100 rating, because if you're then going to upload him for someone to use in an e-fed, they've now got to nerf the guy. And now here's a little thing. One of my big sort of tips: select your abilities before you put your attributes, because I'll show you something. Attributes, it says 7, or it says your attributes are overall 76. Watch this. So we'll put resiliency level 1. We'll go move thief level 2. You know what? We'll put mouthpiece level 3. And go back to level 1 and do dirty pin level 1. Your character's now boosted to an 81. So take that in mind. Suggestion: do your abilities before you do your attributes. So then you can sort of make your attributes based around that. Because I don't, when I first got 2K16, when I made my personal CAW, I don't have attributes, then abilities, and I put him to a 97. I was like, now I've got to do some nerfing to get him down. because I wanted the maximum I wanted was a 93. So I don't like overly powerful CAWs. Then you've got something, you know, your little crowd signs. Now I've told you can actually put custom ones in it, but I swear you actually can't. So, you know, you've got your custom ones there. Obviously, you've got your brands there. This is sort of for exhibition mode. So you've got universe affiliation, show. And then you've got your menu screen pose. And this is just something for, you know, when you do your match screen up. So you've got some pretty weird ones in here, but yeah. But yeah, I will go back. Oh, no. So there we go. That's to say, that's that for what I could suggest. You know, I haven't made something, you know, overly spectacular, but I've gonna make something simple that, you know, someone may want to use in an eFed if they've got a chance. And that was just a simple, you know, little tutorial on how to do it. Now I'll admit the stars, I don't know who I got them from. I'm just trying to think of maybe the last CAW I downloaded. It's really difficult to think, but it's come from someone. That's how I got those. Basically, you don't have to use the stars. As I said, this has just been a very simple, you know, just quick little, you know, little hints and tips on CAW making, how to make them, you know, not overly, you know, always the same. When you're making CAWs and you're making multiple ones for an eFed, just try and make them all different. You know, some can be covered in, like, well, I say covered, some can have custom logos on them, on their attires and everything, have tattoos, but then don't make every single character like that, because that is, it's a bad move, I'd say. And people are just going to look at it and go, that's not very good, you know. Try and make each of your CAWs all different in each of their own way. And as I said, CAW making, as I've just shown, doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to go in and get all these custom logos and add all that to that. Sometimes just using what the game gives you and making stuff based around that can be very simple. But for now, that is my little tutorial. I hope you've actually enjoyed this and have taken something from it and actually like it. As I said, I'm always appreciative of comments. If you didn't like it, then fair enough, but I hope that people do like it. If you did, you know, please do give it a like on here. And hey, there's always more great videos on the NSS channel, so if you want to subscribe, please do that. And you know, there's always great videos on there, some pretty funny ones. So that's what we try to do. And this is Danny of NSS signing out. Thank you for watching, and as I said, I hope this has helped you out. You know, the little ways of just making simple CAWs, and then you can take something from it to make something of your own. But for now, I say goodbye. Bye for now. Toodles!